Okay. Today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting decimals. So this is not something that's new to you. It may be extended, but it's not new. Back in elementary school we talked about adding and subtracting money. We're going to apply the same integer rules that we have already learned to adding and subtracting money. If the signs are the same, you add. If the signs are different, you subtract. Okay, so the first step is going to be, as always, write the problem. So we're going to start out with problem number 1 on page 102 for an example. And this is a really basic example. You must remember, must remember that we have to line up these decimal points. The 16, the ones places have to line up, and the tens place hangs off the other end. Okay? We don't care that the longest number is on the bottom. What we do care about is this is a positive $16.45 and this is a positive $5.37. So the signs on those two numbers are the same, so we're going to add. So step 2 was line up the decimals. Step 3, review the rules in your head. Signs the same. Then we add. Signs different. Then subtract. Okay, so now, step 4, let's do the math. Okay, 2182. Make sure that you make your decimal points clear enough to be seen. If they can't be seen, they're going to be counted wrong, guys. Those of you that write with a lighter touch need to make that decimal point bigger or darker so it's there. It has to be there to be correct. And you always want to check your sign in the answer of your problem before you move on to the next one. So step 5, check sign in answer. Since 16 is the bigger base in the problem, and it's a positive number, our answer is going to be a positive answer. And that's all there is to a very basic problem. Now we're going to do 2 more examples for you, and you can try these together with us, and just to make sure that the small variances in the problems don't throw you as you go through your homework. So we're going to start with example 4. In example 4, we have a sign correction. And I'm writing this vertically just to help you see the sign correction. You do not have to do this. If you choose to, that's okay. My mentalness, I have to do this. I see 2 signs together. That's wrong. I have to correct that. So a positive times a negative creates a negative, right? We had to do the sign correction. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to write my problem. Negative 5.62. Now I'm going to use this minus 12.9, and I'm going to put a 0 here just to hold the place so I can do the math. Step 3 says review the rules in your head. Are the signs the same or different? Well, in this case, they're the same, so we're going to add 2 plus 0, 9 plus 6, make sure that decimal's nice and big, 5 and 2, and the bigger base sign controls the answer. Okay? Then we also need to look at example 6. Okay, example 6 is just a little bit different. It says 17 and negative 4.12. Now that 17, you can write that like $17. Okay, you gotta line up the decimals and you gotta make sure it looks like money so you don't borrow from the wrong answer. In this case, we are going to be borrowing because the signs are different. That's a positive 17. When there is no sign, it's always positive. So our signs are different this time. And different says we're going to subtract. Okay, so I'm going to borrow from the 17 and make it a 16. This one becomes a 9. This one becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 1 is 8. Nice big decimal point. 16 minus 4 is 12. The bigger base was a positive number. So my answer is a positive answer. Okay? So that's all there is to adding and subtracting decimals using your integer rules. Have a good day.